Baseball season's over. It's time to finally go through my everyday carry. Hey everybody, I'm Dominic Cotroneo. You may know me as Dom. You may know me as the stats guy for Brewers, for TBS, post-game shows on the radio. But I'm trying to get into this YouTube thing for the offseason to keep me occupied, keep the creative juices flowing, and just kind of peel back the curtain of how we do all of this in professional sports, in my career, in the variety of hats that I wear. So today, I love watching everyday carry videos. I love watching desk setups and things like that. So I figured today, let's go ahead and look at my big old Samsonite of what I carry literally on a daily basis, especially important when I go on the road, when I'm doing the TBS Tuesdays. This is my life pretty much fit into one carry-on size Samsonite roller bag. So I get made fun of as it being my old man bag sometimes, but the truth is it fits a ton of stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's just go ahead and start in the big spot here in the back. First things first, let's go with binoculars. These are the Vortex. I don't know the specific model, but Vortex, Wisconsin company. These are the Viper HDs, 8x42. You got to be able to see the bullpens. That simple. Or pinch hitters, that sort of thing. These were a gift from broadcaster Jeff Levering of the Brewers. Thank you, Jeff, a couple seasons ago. Best binoculars I've ever used, bar none. They even have the spots here on the edge to use if you wanted to have them around your neck, like if I was doing football or something like that. But Vortex, really quality, American brand. Thanks, Jeff. These are awesome binoculars. Next up in here is the one that I carry in and out the most. This is my Bellroy Tech kits. So on the inside here, I have got all of my chargers. I've got all of a variety of cables, but the most important thing I have in here is actually my Anchor Prime multi-port charger. What makes this so great is it has 3 ports, 2 of them USB-C, 1 of them USB-A, but I just need to bring this to charge my laptop. I don't need to bring the full Apple brick because I'm in the Apple ecosystem, and this just makes my life so much easier that if I need to charge both my iPad and my laptop at the same time, this can do the trick. If somebody needs their headphones charged with a USB-A, I've got every adapter known to man in here. This is a great little kit. It fits. It holds its shape. I've had this for going on 3 years now, and it looks like the same as it when it came out of the box. And I just like the orange color because it's something different, but it is so easy for me to just grab this case, knowing my chargers are in it. My best advice for anybody getting one of these tech kits is just get these little sealers, just to, wrap your cables in, and it's Velcro, and it's super easy. You keep them all organized. And on top of that, make sure you know how to wrap your cables, right? I see people just stuff them in there all the time. You'll hear this all over production, whether it be movies, whether it be television, whatever. Over, under. You need to learn how to wrap your cables over, under. That will make them last for your entire life. And it also trains them to come back to where they're supposed to. So use your thumb. This is how I was trained. Over, under. So I start it going over with my thumb down, okay? So that means the next loop has to be up. See how up? And it's training itself how to go in. Now, this is a very loose one than what I normally do, but let me just go ahead and do what I normally do. And this is muscle memory at this point. Boom, it slots right into here. Simply, it's just a good little organization case to know where everything is. Next, in the big pocket in the back here, I have got a Bellroy laptop sleeve. This was a Christmas gift a couple years ago and is super clutch for me for a couple of reasons. Number one, whenever I'm on the road on TBS Tuesdays, I don't want to bring the big black case everywhere I go, especially if I decide to get out of the hotel room for once and actually go work at like a coffee shop or something. What this allows me to do is just put my laptop in this sleeve, and I'll actually also keep some printed stuff in here. I've actually got some old reliever cards from this year's playoffs in here. Here's Anthony Banda. But then I've got just a moleskin. You always got to keep scratch paper available. I have a Satechi adapter. Just, you never know when you're going to need one, if you're going to need to plug something in. And normally I'll keep like an extra pair of headphones, wired headphones in here. So that way it fits perfectly in the back case, that if I do leave the hotel for some reason and want to work outside of the hotel room of wherever I'm staying, I have the gear to just take this. I don't need to bring the whole big thing. The last thing at the bottom here is my printer. I don't think I need to show you guys my printer, but every other airport I go to, it's like, is that really a printer? I'm like, yes, it's really a printer. And they're like, why do you need to carry a printer? I'm like, because I need to print stuff. And it becomes an awkward moment with the TSA agent every time they want to look at it. But most of the time, it's no big deal, and it's just a printer here at the bottom. So shout out to, it's a Canon Pixma, I believe, and it works super easy. Let's move to the front now. I've got these little front pockets. Let's just go ahead from bottom to top here and see what we've got left in here. Oh, of course, postseason credential. Never lose track of your credentials. I've actually never thrown out a credential in my life, and I'm still figuring out a way to display them. I want to maybe make it year by year or event by event, whatever it may be, but I will never throw out a credential that I am issued. Next up, of course, a bunch of Post-it notes and that sort of thing. I spend enough money to 3M on Post-it notes every year just because I won't use anything else. They are the best. They are the best. And anytime you want to buy a store brand knockoff, it just doesn't stick properly. So shout out to 3M for those. There's more Post-it notes there as well. Blank index cards. This may catch people by surprise. I actually don't like the ruled index cards. For a couple of reasons. I'm very rarely writing in the margins. Maybe this could be a defense diagram, or it could be where the umpires are, or it could be a chart, a graph, whatever it may be. I actually like just doing blank 3x5 index cards. I think it's just a little bit more versatile for what I need them for. Oh, of course, got one of my many standard state drives. This is the SanDisk, the portable one. Everybody's seen the influencer SanDisk portable. I've got my little initials on here to say that it's mine. Super easy in case I ever fill up on my laptop. I always have this with me, and I have another backup here at the apartment. So that's the bottom spot there. Let's go to the top skinny spot. Glasses cleaner, because glasses. I've also got Whoosh in here, which I highly recommend. It's a screen shiner, glasses shiner. It's allegedly, maybe it's just marketing, I don't know what Apple uses, but it works. It's very rare that I see a product on the internet, I'm like, ooh, yeah, like that's actually gonna work. It really does work. Whoosh, I highly recommend that. Tide stick to go. You never know when emergency is gonna strike. When you work in television, somebody's gonna need a Tide stick, and they're gonna look like, who has one? Have a Tide stick. I always carry one in here. It has come in handy before. This comes back to my Boy Scout training. Be prepared. Next up, speaking of be prepared, Band-Aids. You never know when you're going to, need a Band-Aid. Also, I have a stapler in here, mini stapler, and extra staples, and some Scotch tape. Also useful. And then finally, another Satechi. This one's a little bit different because it actually has the Ethernet port down here on the back of it. SD readers, multiple USB-A and HDMI, USB-C. I don't use this as often as you think, but really just for the SD aspect of it. So that's the top front pocket. And now the main event. This is where most everything else sits. Let's start with these slide pockets here. Wired headphones, because you never know when you're going to need them. I normally use AirPod Pro whenever I'm on the road or if I'm working out or something like that. An extra Ethernet adapter with a USB-C. You'd be surprised at how many places the internet's just a little too slow or the Wi-Fi's just a little too janky, and I, grab an Ethernet with me. If I know it's going to go to a ballpark that has those difficulties, this has come in handy more often than you'd think. Next up is my in-ears. These are from Shure. As you can tell, I'm a big Shure guy. I really think they make quality products. But this is not only a backup for myself, but just to have something that's in-ears sounds a little bit better, but also to have the quarter to an eighth adapter here, or a quarter to a 3.5 millimeter adapter here, useful for if somebody forgets their own adapter for our open. Next up, utensils, writing utensils, nothing groundbreaking here. Sharpie only. That's generally what I use. Sharpie gel pens. They're good. I'm not out here. I love pens. I love writing, but I don't think it's the end of the world. I'll use anything on earth. Like, see, I have some Pilot in here as well. I have some felt Sharpie pens, a bunch of highlighters. Just staying organized. You never know where you need to take color-coded notes. I think that's very useful for my season. Okay, and then the last couple of things here in my everyday carry. Let's start with the iPad Pro. Big pro tip here as well is that I get all of my Apple products refurbished. You go to Apple, like new Google Apple refurbished, and it's straight from Apple. It has a warranty attached to it. It's maybe stuff that people have upgraded in the past that went to new stuff, so they trade in their old stuff, and it has saved me so much money to use this stuff. I actually use this as a second screen during the playoffs and just leave Slack up on this for all of our stats channel communications, or whenever I'm doing a hotel room postgame show, I'll actually watch the game off my iPad and keep notes with my laptop and with my iPad mini, which leads me to my next one. I want to link this here on the video to my How to Keep Score video that I made, and I use my iPad mini to keep score. I have my own custom-made PDF that I have adapted to be legal size and just keep score with the Apple Pencil 2, not the newest one that's crazy. This is just the magnetic one, charges that way. The mini works great. I use GoodNotes. I explain all of that in the video here of how I keep score. But the mini's just a good little quality, again, got it off refurbished, didn't have to break the bank on it, and really enjoy keeping score this way because I can go into so much more detail than maybe I ordinarily was able to. So I highly encourage you to check out that video if you want to see how I keep score, and I can teach you how to do it as well. Finally, MacBook. That's what I use everything for. MacBook M1. I don't believe it's the Pro. I'm going to go to my About My Mac real quick. Yeah, it's the M1, 16 gigs of RAM. It's just a workhorse, man. And it was a big deal when I jumped to the USB-C because, I was hanging on to USB-A for so long. But the fact that I got this right before I moved to Milwaukee, 2021, it is the best laptop I have ever owned. It is phenomenal. It is not slowing down in the slightest. And I am going to use this for another 5 years. I think it's the best laptop maybe Apple has ever made. I know they're making new M4, M5, whatever, but the M1 is still kicking strong. So absolutely love that laptop. And finally, what I'm recording this on with my microphone here, so I've got the Shure MV7, again, the influencer mic, but it just works. It can work with an XLR and with the Handyman. This is the H6 Zoom Handy Recorder. I can use 4 XLR inserts into this. I can use the top as its own microphone. They're all individual levels. I can record them all at once. I can record just one. It's so phenomenal. I have a micro input in here as well. Everything about this Zoom H6 is so great. And I know they just released new ones that are like touchscreen, a little bit more modern, right? The point being is I love the tactile feedback. I love the knobs. I love that I can pad it. I love that I can do so much with this. It's even customizable if I ever. This was the moment I realized that I stopped recording on my Zoom H6 because I unplugged the top microphone. So the audio is going to be a little different here at the end, and I'm an idiot. Thanks. I can't really think of anything else that I use on a daily basis. So thank you for watching. This is my everyday carry. I'll have more videos coming out here on YouTube, not just Brewers related, but stuff like this, baseball related at large as we get ready for the off season here. World Series is starting tonight. Blue Jays, Dodgers. We'll see how history looks at this Dodger team, and we'll be reacting to all of it. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and saw a little bit of how I do my process. If you have any questions, I'll try to respond to all of them in the comments or over on my TikTok, wherever you may be. So again, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, and keep on swinging.